Correct. The next topic is query processing. So why we are getting into the concept of this query processing? And first of all, what is meant by query? So query means questioning, right? So generally for communication way, we will pose the questions to the users. But in order to retrieve the data from the databases, what we need to do is we need to get the details from the databases. So imposing some questionnaire form in the format of some questions is called onto the database is called a query. So generally for communication we'll be using some English words or Telugu or whatever the type of language it is, we'll be using that things. But in order to communicate with the databases, we are going to use a special thing called SQL, which is a high level procedure language. So SQL stands for Structured Query Language. So in this we have a query optimizer. So what is the cost of each query and what is the time complexity of each query, based on which things we need to use the query onto the databases. So all these will be maintained by this SQL and also the optimization query processing manager. Okay. So in this query processing topic, what we are going to deal with, so generally whenever we work with Oracle 10G databases or some Oracle databases or MySQL databases, what we do is simply we will write some select commands, DML, DDL, DCL and TCL commands to work with the databases, which are present in simple English but in logical form. So internally how it's been connected. Okay. So internally it is going to get converted into relational algebraic expression. So in this topic we are going to deal with how a processing query is going to be worked by using a simple SQL as well as a relational algebraic expressions. Okay. So first consider these two tables. So how we are going to store the data in the tables is by using in the form of tables. Okay. In relational databases, the data is being stored in the form of tables which contain some entities and attributes. So entity is a table name, attributes are also the column names, right? So here we have a table called contacts. So this is a table called contacts and this is a table called dial numbers. Okay, this dial number and this dial number and this dial number and this dial number, all these are same. Okay, so now what I want is I need to retrieve the contacted telephone numbers whose name starts with R. Understood? What I need is I need to get the dialed telephone numbers whose name starts with R. So what I need to do is, so can I work with one table? Obviously no, because here I have only dial sequence number, time of call and contact telephone number. Do I have any character that starts with R here? No. So now what I need to do is I need to join these two tables. Okay. So in order to join these two tables, I need to do some mapping. So how I am going to do is by seeing here the contact name or contact first character. So my contact first character is R, and if I dial cross multiply these two and if I fetch the name whose name starts with R, then I will be able to get the details, right? So if we write this query in the normal SQL language, what I am going to write is select CNAME, right? This is CNAME, comma CTELNUM from contacts and dial number. That means I am going to work on two tables. So if we are going to work on two tables, we need to specify as contacts comma dial numbers. That means two tables. Where what is my condition? My condition is my first character should be R. That is my main condition. So contacts dot first char equal to R, right? And contacts dot CTELNUM is equal to dial numbers dot CTELNUM. So if these two what I need to do is I need to specify, I need to check whether this tel number is, this first character starts with a or not. Okay. So in order to retrieve the first character of R, I need to cross multiply, I need to verify the condition of equality. That means where my contact number matches with the dialed number. After matching, I need to verify whether that first character starts with R or not. So this is my query. Select CNAME, C tel from context, dial numbers where context dot first char equal to R and context dot C tel equal to dial numbers of C tel. This is my normal SQL query. But if I want to do this in relational algebraic expression, because basically English is not understood by the machine language, so what it needs to do is it needs to get converted into relational algebraic expression. So for that we do have certain commands like sigma, pi and slash. So why this sigma is used for? Sigma is used for selection, pi is for projection, and this is for cross check, and this is for performing division operation. So these are the four basic commands that are present in relational algebra: sigma, pi, cross and slash. So how can I write the same query in relational algebraic expression, right? So when we are going to use sigma, when we are going to retrieve some data from the database by using certain commands, then we'll use sigma. If you want to project something onto the display screen, we'll be using pi. So that is why in the inner queries, all the inner queries we are going to write sigma and sigma. So now what is my first condition? The contact name should start with R. That means sigma contact dot first char equal to R. And what is next? What should be my condition? Sigma contact dot tel num equal to dial numbers dot tel num. So if I do this equality operation, what it does is it is going to. So I have some telephone numbers as 1, 2, 3, and dial numbers as 4, 5, and 6. So if it is a equalized operation, if I simply write it as equalized operation, it will check like this. But what I need to do is every record needs to be checked with everything. Yes or no? Yes. So in order to perform that operation, first I need to cross check these two things. So internally I have wrote context slash dial numbers. So if I have 3 rows, 3 into 3 means 9. Obviously I will get 9 rows. Okay. So if I do this contact slash dial numbers, I will get more number of rows. So that a matching can be done based on the condition contact dot C tel num is equal to dial numbers dot C tel num. In that we need to specify the first character which starts with R. There whatever the result you get, you are going to project it on the screen. So this is a pi, CNAME, tel num, and these are the list of characters that are working, that matches the first character with R as well as with the telephone numbers. So first it needs to perform the cross verification operation and then equality condition, and then it needs to verify the condition, where here if it takes a long amount of time for crossing, it needs to optimize the details, and whatever the data is being fetched from the database, it needs to get projected onto the screen, right? So this is how the normal basic working of query processing is done. And with respect to this, we do have a architecture called query processing architecture. Initially, if you are given with this query that is normal in English language, so this can be understood by the machine computer itself. So it gets converted into the machine language. So for converting it to the machine language, it is being taken care. It is converted into relational algebraic expression as we have seen now by using the commands of sigma, pi, cross multiplication and slash. So whenever this relational algebraic expression is given, that particular thing is given to the query processing optimizer. So what does this optimizer does is, if there are many number of internal queries, it is going to optimize the query by seeing that either it can be replaced by and or operations. So after optimizing, it is given to the query processing plan execution. So what does this query processing plan execution does is, here in optimizer it is going to generate, so query processing plan execution means whatever the optimizer has given, it is going to generate the result. And meanwhile what happens is, this optimizer works with query processing plan generator. So whatever the query is given, it is going to generate n number of plans. That means number of queries for each and every query. Okay, so these plans are given to the query processing optimizer. So based on these plans, these get executed at the query processing plan execution. And so if it takes some big O of n, and if it takes some big O of login time, and if it takes some big O of n square. So here the result of processing is stored. In this, it is going to identify which has the less time complexity and the cost of execution is less. Whatever the thing which has the, so here it has a login. This is the least time complexity. This plan is picked by the query processing plan executor, and whatever the result we get, it is forwarded to the optimizer and then to query processing plan generator and then to plan cost estimator. Okay, so at the plan cost estimator, it is going to analyze the time for each and every plan. This result will be given to the query processing plan execution. So here by using that plan, it is going to execute that, and whatever the result we get, it is stored here. So this is the working of query processing architecture.